Not Quite
Darkness
is a podcast that contains spoilers, opinions, and general. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, there we go. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful. That's just. This is the entire reason you wanted to do this movie, isn't it?
No, not at all.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of Not Quite Darkness. My name is Keith Brooks, and with me, as always, is the very festive Chad Dowdy. Chad, how you doing today, sir?
Doing great, Keith. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Today and every time that we do this, what we do is we follow the In Search of Darkness documentary and we watch every fucking movie they have on this list. And some of those, I emphasize the word fucking. This one I do not, because I think we all can agree this is the best movie of this franchise. And today, what are we watching, Chad?
We're watching Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Something more days till Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. I guess it's 11 as we're recording this. Yeah. So I've seen this dozens of times. How many times have you jolly man, seen this movie?
3 or 4. Nothing like super crazy.
Okay. Yeah. I've probably watched it at least 20 times, I would say.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, because it's so good. It's so good. Do you want to dive into it? Do you want to explain what you're wearing or the little buddy you brought with you?
Oh, this. So I'm just wearing this because, this is Halloween 3. It's in the Halloween franchise, but it has nothing to do with Michael Myers like the rest of them. So I figured I would dress up like something that has nothing to do with Halloween or anything that we're talking about today. So I'm very much in the spirit of Halloween 3 right now.
Yeah, no, 100%. I thought you had seen the new trailer for the new Silent Night, Deadly Night and just got excited and wanted to show your, excitement for that.
Nope, this is just a shit on Halloween 3. That's the only reason I'm wearing this.
Michael Myers shows up briefly for 1 second. So on the TV.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
that's true. And we hear the music briefly for 1 second as well. So, yeah, awesome.
Yep, that's a review of our great movie. No, go ahead. Let's talk about it. Tell us what you really think, Chad.
Yeah, so this starts off with a dude. It looks like what's his face? He's in all those movies. He's like in Gremlins. Dick Wolf, is that his name?
No, it is Dick something. What is his name? He's in all the Joe Dante movies.
Yes. So that's who I thought it was at first. So he's running around, and someone's chasing him like in a car. And they catch up to him, and the dude's like choking him. But he gets away from
Dick Miller.
That's it. And he gets away from like the slowest moving car in the history of cinema.
Yeah.
Rolls up and hits this guy, and he gets away because of that. So then there's like some news article on the TV about Stonehenge. So we got to get a little bit of Stonehenge action. And then you already alluded to it earlier. We get the jingle.
Yeah.
This one, I believe, is 8 days away.
Yeah. And we have like a counting down calendar or clock, too, that tells us Monday, Tuesday, 7 days of Halloween, blah, 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 blah. That's a repeating motif of it. Also, up until today, I always thought the Stonehenge thing, well, that's a ridiculous. That could never happen. That's so Carmen Sandiego. And then, like yesterday, somebody robbed the Louvre, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's a realistic thing. Maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah, I saw some funny posts about that. They're like, you need to check these guys, and it was like Pierce Brosnan from the Thomas Crown Affair.
Yeah.
It was like George Clooney from Ocean's 11. Yeah, it was all those. That's who you need to look at. But yeah, that is crazy. But yeah, so it's funny though, like you said, because they do tell us how many days to Halloween, but also we hear it in the fucking commercial
every
ad
time.
nauseum.
Every time. And like, how much money do you have to throw it around to make sure that commercial changes every fucking
That's
day?
exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's not the same commercial every time. They
No.
have, I mean, it's the same visuals, obviously, but the song is different every single time. Yeah, it's crazy. So we see that kind of just giving us a little bit of this world.
And it's
And
advertising for Silver Shamrock Toys, an Irish toy company that makes 3 Halloween masks. Is all they make.
specifically
Yeah.
3 Halloween masks, except when you go to the factory and there's 18 other masks that
Yeah.
they
But they
apparently
never
make.
put on anyone
Yep.
at all. But yeah, but it's pumpkin, skeleton, and witch. Are those the three? Yeah.
Pumpkin, skeleton. Yep, that's right. So then the Dick Miller, he gets away, but he shows up and um even though we saw him last month or last episode, we get him again. Tom fucking Atkins.
And looks 20 years younger than he did in the last one, but still looks over 74. You know what I mean? Like he's still an older gentleman.
And what's funny about Tom Atkins is so I listen to several horror podcasts, and it seems to me that the consensus is the ladies love Tom Atkins.
Yeah.
They do.
Do they really though? Or is it the casting that's making them love Tom Atkins? Like,
I don't know. I feel like they all have, like a lot of them, uh, watched it when they were a kid and they were like, this is what a man looks like.
oh, absolutely. I could see. I mean, I could see he has a little bit of a Pedro Pascal in him, like, but a little bit more hunched shoulders. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
But yeah, I'm see, it's not just one party. Like several that I listen to, if they're ever talking about a Tom Atkins movie, they're all like me likey Tom Atkins. Like
We've
they
seen him.
love him.
We've seen him in 3 movies now on this list, and 2 of them he was a Lothario. You know what I mean? Like in this movie, everybody is trying to fuck Tom Atkins except for his
Everyone.
ex-wife. Yeah,
Yes.
like everyone wants a piece of him. Like even the spoiler alert robots are like buzz, 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 penis. Like that's
And the only reason like he wasn't trying to hook up in the other one is his creep show. He's in it for like 2 minutes.
yeah, and you know he's fucking the wife. Like you
Yeah.
know he's doing that. So
Yep. Exactly. So anyway, they love Tom Atkins, but he's a doctor, and the dude shows up, the Dick Miller guy shows up like at the hospital. It's a dude brings him to the hospital, I think, because he's injured.
yeah, but we start with Tom Atkins at his ex-wife's house, seeing his kids for the first time in like 5 years or something. So it's
Yes.
a very
It-
fucked up relationship.
Yeah, because he brings them masks for Halloween. And the
Yeah.
wife is like, you fucking idiot. I already got the masks. And the mask that she got them was the silver shamrock mask. It's the fad of the holiday season. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. And it's also like whenever he's handing the mask to his kids, it's almost like he doesn't know his own children's names because he's like, "Here you go, buddy." Like that's the vibe.
Exactly. She feels that too because she is like terrible. She
Yeah.
is so shrewish in this movie. It is crazy. Um, so she, he brings the mask or whatever. She's got the silver shamrock mask, but so then he goes to work at the hospital.
But
And
I'm sorry. I'm still going to be on this for 2 more seconds. Let's talk about this a little bit more because when they call him to the hospital, it's already like 2 a.m. and because no doctors are there, and he's the doctor on call, which would imply it's late at night, and he's just showed up to his ex-wife's house. So is it 2 a.m. and he's going to his ex-wife's house to give them Halloween masks?
And the
Like,
kids are up just chilling. They're totally fine.
yeah. What the fuck is the matter with this world? But go ahead.
I think maybe he showed up at a normal time and he just hooked up with his wife, even though they've got that arguing thing going on.
Okay.
And then he's still there at 2 a.m, possibly.
Okay, possibly, and has to pretend he just showed up, because yeah, okay, I got it.
It could be.
Yeah.
They could be calling at 11, but he's still showing up late, for
Yeah.
these kids. He is an absentee father, by the way. That's
Definitely.
not, we will well establish that
Yeah.
by the many phone calls that he has with the wife.
Yeah. Mm.
So now he's at the hospital because this guy's been brought in. The Dick Miller guy has been brought in, and he's injured or whatever, but he just keeps saying like they're going to kill us or something like that. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
And then there is a scene where what would an 80s movie be without sexual harassment? So Tom Atkins immediately slaps this nurse on the ass,
Yeah,
and she's totally into it, like
absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely. And even says something of like, if you do that again, I'm going to make you pregnant. I don't know what she says, but it's very graphic. But also the guy that drops off Dick Miller, and it's not actually Dick Miller, but looks like Dick Miller. He says something to the effect of like, I'm not going to get in trouble for this, am I? And then Tom Atkins like, of course not. If someone asks if I'm not going to get in trouble for this, am I? I'm like, did you do something? Would be my first question. But nobody addresses it at all. And then Dick Miller is in the hospital bed and he's seemingly out of it. And the Silver Shamrock commercial comes on at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning because this world has no rules.
So it's also the date has changed now. If it's 3 in the morning, the number
Yeah.
of days it's had to have changed.
And that's what makes him start freaking out. But the thing is, the TV was on in that room, but the thing right before the commercial, no sound. The commercial, all the sound. So,
That is such a trope in movies. It's ridiculous
yeah,
how when we hear on the TV what we need to hear, and that's it,
yeah,
not what was going on
nothing else.
before
Yeah,
and not what was going after.
yeah.
And that's also frequently in this as well, where we just hear this damn commercial, whether people walking on the streets or they're in hotel rooms.
Mm-hmm.
This commercial is playing like crazy.
La, 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 la.
Oh gosh, Keith. So at the hospital, there's a weirdo looking guy who almost like the way he's standing and looking, he looks kind of like Michael Myers, maybe without a mask, because
Oh,
he's not really saying anything. He's kind of like a cross between, the Terminator and Michael Myers,
yeah,
which they're almost the same thing anyway,
yeah.
as far as that goes. So this Michael Myers light guy without the mask comes in and he basically attacks the non-Dick Miller guy
Mm-hmm.
in the hospital room. And it's brutal. He like crushes his eyeballs in. I mean, it's gross.
It is.
Um, but then after he kills him, knowing later like what this person is, I'm really glad like he takes the time to like clean the blood off. Like there's no reason for that
At all.
after plus there's not really a reason in general, but after you know more about that, there's really no reason.
But it's also like they're not gonna think his eyes caved into his skull of natural causes. Like that's and you get caught doing it. There's a lady there watching you.
Yeah, the nurse runs in and like sees it and screams. But he just like walks by her.
Yeah.
Again, he's fulfilled his mission. He's not worried about that. Um, so Tom Atkins like sees the guy and he chases him out. And the dude gets in a car and covers himself in gasoline and lights himself on fire and
Yeah.
blows himself up in the car that he's in. So Tom Atkins, he's got to call his wife and tell her that he can't pick up the kids. And she goes off on him.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, look, a dude fucking blew himself up today.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of busy at the hospital.
And it's not like and he says like someone died and she's like no fucking duh you work at a hospital dumbass
Yeah.
and he just could have been like no not that kind and then it would have been fine but he's just staring in disbelief like he was shot or something but he wasn't. You don't know who this person was. You don't know either of these people.
He literally just met him like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he's already pot committed to this idea of whatever this guy's got going on because the old guy's daughter shows up to, I guess, like what do you call it when you look at the body to say,
Identify
like,
the
it's-
body,
identify the body. Yeah, she shows up to identify the body, and if he wasn't invested before,
Now he is.
he's really invested.
Now
when
we
he sees
have
this daughter.
uncomfortable age gap relationship as she's like, I don't know, it looks like my dad, but he had eyes last time I saw him. And then,
Exactly. So Tom Atkins, he's like checking with the coroner to get more information, on what happened. And he wants to know more about the guy that blew himself up. So
Yeah.
she's looking into that piece. But that's also like he's like trying to get with her or she's trying to get with him. Like
well,
she's into it as well.
it seems like they definitely have fucked. and he's just keeping that door open. I just think Tom Atkins fucks everybody in this movie. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I think even Bo Josephus, whatever the salesman, I think he's fucking his wife on the side. I just think there's no one his dick hasn't been in. You know what I mean?
So then we see him at a bar, uh, and the commercial comes on at the bar, and then the daughter comes in there, and she's like, "They told me I could find you here,"
Which
so
says a
apparently,
lot
yeah,
about
exactly.
Tom Atkins.
So if he's not at the hospital, he's at the bar.
Those are the two places he goes. And we never see his house, do we? Like, I don't think
No, you can see his ex-wife's house, but
but
yeah,
we never
not
see his. That's crazy.
no, because he's freaking he stays with the women that he's with. That's what he does. So, but also at this bar, it's the ad for that. But to what you said earlier, we see Halloween is playing on the TV or an ad for Halloween.
And yeah, and it's specifically advertising the night he came home. And the tagline for this movie, Halloween 3, is the night no one came home, which is pretty cool.
So that is a good tagline with the theme of Halloween. I like that.
Plus, it's like the first one, the night he came home. The second one is the night continues, and the third one, the night no one came home. And the fourth one is, oh, by the way, he has a niece now. We're doing this storyline. That's the fourth one.
And everyone's so mad there's no Michael Myers. We're actually going to call this the return of Michael Myers. We could not be more clear. He's back, and the poster is his face.
We're so sorry. We're so from now on, all the posters are just his face. That's all we're doing.
The rest of the way. His name is a part of every title from now on. So the daughter and him compare notes of basically like what Tom Atkins knows, which is little to nothing, by the way.
Absolutely.
He knows one line that the dude said when he came in. That's basically all he knows. And the daughter knows very little as well. But he was last he was last picking up masks
because they own a toy store.
Yes. And specifically silver shamrock masks.
And he drives a station wagon. A green.
So they decide to go to the factory of where the masks are made.
Which is like, okay, let me just say this too. I've worked at a lot of places in my life. I've never been able to be like, oh, I know where this product is made. That's never happened in my life. You know,
this is also 1982, so there's no Google
at all. Like, I don't understand how the world operated then.
Yes. So because he's going to the factory, guess what he's got to do? He's got to call his ex-wife again and be like, hey, I can't pick up the kids. Like,
and isn't he like on a payphone?
Not only is he on a payphone, Keith, when he is done with the call to go get in the car, he grabs his 6-pack of beer. Like they, for no reason, they show us
he's not a good dad. He's just not a good person.
No, he grabs a 6-pack. Let's go. Let's head to this factory.
Yeah. Random girl I just met.
Yeah. And so I guess he's off work because, I mean, he's driving to this factory. Yeah. You know what I mean? No longer on call.
Yeah.
I mean, again, he is so invested in this case for no reason whatsoever. He's a doctor. He's not a detective. So they go to this town. And this dude, I'm telling you, he is smooth as all get out.
Yeah.
With his thing, because he's like, yeah, we'll tell the motel guy that we'll pose as buyers and we'll get a couple rooms because they're posing as buyers.
Yeah.
But as soon as they see the hotel guy, he goes, we're newlyweds. We want one room and one room only.
We're going to fuck. You can watch us if you want.
Exactly. So, I mean, he just says we need this one room and so they get the room, but she wants to go to the factory, and he's like, nah, it's too late now. We probably need to get a drink first. This dude, like, he's clearly an alcoholic.
Clearly.
All the pieces are there, but it's not his storyline.
No, not at all. It's just a side note. Like,
yes, exactly. By the way, he's an alcoholic. No big deal. Let's move on or whatever. Yeah. And we'll keep bringing it up. But basically, this whole thing to me is just a ploy to fuck this chick. And guess what?
Absolutely. He
It
fucks the chicks.
works.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the fact that he fucks the chick and then's like, wait, how old are you? Like afterwards.
Yes,
That's his
afterwards.
first
I
question.
feel like he does the same thing in The Fog with Jamie Lee Curtis when he
Yes,
hooks up with
absolutely.
her. He's like, "Are
Just
you old enough for
random
this?"
women. I don't,
Yeah.
oh my God. I need to just have the mustache. I just need to rock that.
Yeah, it's wild. So I watched this with my daughter. It's the first time she saw Halloween 3. She was very confused because there's no Michael Myers because she's like, what is going on? But anyway, I told her about the Tom Atkins thing while we were watching it. And she was like, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Whatever. But when they're in the hotel room and Tom Atkins is like, well, I guess I could sleep. I'll go get another room. And she's like, you can't get another room. He's going to be suspicious. And he's like, well, I'll go sleep in the car because this floor is just way too hard. And she's like, well, where do you want to sleep? And he says, that's a dumb question.
Yeah.
My daughter Maggie goes, yeah, that probably would have worked on me.
That's,
He said, that's a dumb question is a great line. He didn't
Yeah.
say what people would say, be like, you know the answer. He just said, that's a dumb fucking question.
Yeah.
Like, you know where I want to sleep.
yeah.
Yeah. So there's a curfew in this town, but doesn't stop Tom Atkins from like, he goes to the liquor store.
And also, it's weird that there's a curfew because I don't see anyone in this town other than the people that are at this hotel. Like, those are the only people in the town I've ever seen.
Well, there's one local he runs into where he hears about, he tells about Cochran, the owner of Silver Shamrock, telling him how he watches us, he knows what's going on and all this stuff.
Well, and that local has some pretty good lines too. Like when he walks up to him because he's like a bum, right? And
Yeah.
he walks up to Drunky McDrunk Dockerson, and he's like, "That bottle looks heavy. You need some help with it?" And it's like, and I was like, "That would have worked on me too." Like I would
It
have
worked on Tom Atkins. He
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, that's a dumb question. Here you go. Like
Exactly. You just say that to everyone now. If it's a hot girl, whatever she says,
yeah,
like
that's
a
dumb
waitress, she's
question.
like, what will you have tonight, sir? That's a dumb question. Just see if it works.
I wonder if the thing about women, and I'm not married, you are, but maybe the thing is they just like to be called dumb. Have I entered the manosphere? Is the way to hit on women be like, "Hey, dumb bitch, what are you doing?"
I think you nailed it. That's exactly
That's
right.
exactly
That's how
what
I
it
got
is.
my wife. Easy. That's it. So the local tells him, again, watch out for that guy. He's watching us, and they separate or whatever. And then these, Michael Myers-esque guys show up and they kill the local. They just rip his head off, basically. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yep. So there is another buyer that actually shows up, a lady that shows up.
There's two more sets of buyers. There's the lady, and then there's a family. But I guess they're not.
The family's like a salesman of the year or something. He
Yeah.
won the contest or something like that. But the buyer, she's like in the hotel room, and she like these masks we didn't mention have the ugliest, biggest Silver Shamrock logo attached to them on the back.
And she talks to Tom Atkins' child bride. And so she's like, these things are so cheap. Can you believe this thing fell off? And she shows it to Pippi Longstocking's girl. And then, so, Harriet the spy writes it down, and she goes back to doing whatever she's doing. And then now it's late at night, and she's looking at the Silver Shamrock logo that fell off.
Yeah. And Tom Atkins comes back from his, liquor break, and she's there wearing lingerie. Did she pack that?
Because that's a quick packing because you just met this man and
Yes.
hey, we need to investigate my father's death. But you know what might happen? Like that guy called me dumb when I first met him. I better pack some bras and pants.
Exactly. She's like, I got to rub my mouse, just pick up a couple things. And that's what she did. So, but I do feel like she was taking a bath earlier. She's really teasing with this nudity because we don't really see it, but there's plenty of points where you're like, oh, nope, we didn't see it.
Yeah. She's a hottie. Like, absolutely.
I mean, she's attractive. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so then, like you said, it cuts to the lady looking at the Silver Shamrock logo or something. And I don't know if she's messing with it or just looking at it, but it just basically shoots a laser out of it at her face, and it just melts her face. Whatever. And snakes and all this
buggy
creatures
bugs
just start
come out,
pouring out of it. It's quite disgusting, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. Even though it doesn't really make sense. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And so I don't know if they hear it right then, but what they do hear at least is when like Cochran and the town like paramedics show up and they take her out of the room
Yeah.
because they go out to be like, what's going on? And she she's like clearly like dead, like in a gurney or whatever, but they're like, oh, she'll be fine. We're just taking her to the factory because that's better than any hospital or something like that.
Yeah.
And so,
Because I
you
know
know,
if I get injured, the one place I want to go is, hey, where do they make Halloween masks? Take me there. That's where I need the best care.
exactly. I did forget to mention, even though we didn't see her nudity, we did get to see Tom Atkins' ass
Yeah, yeah,
when he got up to see what was going on.
yeah, yeah. And
Um,
that's really what put the women in the seat.
yeah, I'm telling you, they love Tom Atkins.
Love.
So then, like, it's October 30th now, and it shows them in the room. And guess what? He didn't sleep in the bed. He was sleeping in the chair. He could have slept in the chair the whole time. It seemed like it was just a ploy to get in the bed with her.
Mm-hmm.
Because he said it's harder than this floor, but there was a perfectly good chair for him to sleep in.
Well, I don't think he was talking about the floor being hard.
That's awesome. Um, so that morning, he calls the coroner to see if she knows anything more about the guy that lit himself on fire. And she's like, well, it's the strangest thing. There's no remains. It's just like car parts and mechanical parts, but there's no bones, no anything, no
Yeah.
human in the thing. Um, so that's kind of weird. But then they end up going to the factory because it's, the next day.
But
And
prior to this, they met the family that had won Salesman of the Year. So they get like a free tour of the Silver Shamrock facilities for selling the most toys. And it's like the straight up most Willy Wonka family you've ever met in your life. The dad's like always making jokes, and the wife's bitterly unhappy, and the son has an eating problem. And you kind of get that like the vibe that the dad beats the wife. Like I don't know if you got that vibe, but I totally did. Um,
it did seem a little like a fakey happy marriage to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
I did
couple
get that.
moments where it's like, ugh, that's a rough relationship, you know?
Yes. So while they're at the factory, that family shows up, and the family's going on the guided tour. I can't remember. I feel like the family, the guy's like, oh well, Tom Atkins and his girl should come with us,
Yeah,
and then Cocker's like, yeah. How did you guess? Of course, I was
I
going
was
to
of
ask.
course gonna do that. Also, what was your name again? Smith. That's who I am, Mister Smith. He says in the most discreet fashion.
Yes. So they all go on this tour, and this is where we see like all these masks that clearly can be used for Halloween, but they're
This
just pumping out these three. That's it.
This is the worst fucking tour in the world too, because you don't see how any of the masks are fucking made. You just see one room with the masks already done in plastic, and then that's it. And then like there's like we have a quality check section over there. Don't go in there. Anyway, that's the end of the tour, and it's like what?
Yeah, they get like so small amount of info with
Yeah,
what's going on. And what was funny, watching it with Maggie when the person was like, uh yeah, the quality control room, was over there, don't go there. Maggie was like, is Michael Myers in there? Like, when's he gonna show up? Like, it's ridiculous that he's not in this movie.
But they do have like a Goosebumps moment where the kid tries to put on one of the masks he finds, and the old man's like, "No, dumb bitch kid, use this one instead." And it's like, why couldn't the kid just put on the fucking mask? Like, anyway,
Yeah, and so then, they're getting ready, the tour's over, they're getting ready to leave, but Tom Atkins sees like all these guys standing around who look very similar to the guy that killed his girl's dad.
yeah,
And so he's like, this is weird. What's going on? And then the daughter sees what she thinks is her dad's car
yeah,
there. And when they go to like investigate it, all of these, Michael Myers light guys just stand in the way, as
yeah,
in like, no, you can't do anything. So then later, Tom Atkins goes to like, I don't know if he's calling his wife again to say, hey, I'm going to be here even longer, but he can't call out. Like the phones aren't working now
yeah,
at this point.
yeah.
Um, and then he goes back and he can't find his girl, His girl's
Well,
not there.
well, I think it's before this. He calls his coroner lady that he fucked, and the coroner lady is looking at the robotic parts, and she recognizes something. And I was very unclear about what she recognized, but one of the Michael Myers guys shows up at the hospital. And luckily, he knows exactly where that hospital room keeps their drill because every hospital room has a drill
Plus, we've already established these dudes don't need drills.
at
They're ripping
all.
heads off.
Absolutely. But also, why the fuck would she have a drill? Whatever. So he like sneaks up behind her and puts a drill in her face, and she's dead. Yep. The end.
Again, the drill is not needed or whatever. Um, so he can't find his girl, but then those weird dudes are there and they're trying to like grab Tom Atkins.
And this is stupid too. Okay, so he goes to the office. And he does this multiple times. Like when they first get there, he goes to the office and he checks and he sees that her dad checked into that hotel. Now he's going back to the office to try the number and he sees an old lady in the office, like psycho style old lady, and she like falls on him or something like that, and she's not moving. No, her head falls off. That's what it is. Her head falls off. He gets freaked out. He hears a scream. He runs back to his room, and he's running in front of the hotel room. He gets in there, closes the door behind him. She's gone, and then he turns around, and outside, standing like Village of the Damned, are a bunch of these Michael Myers guys.
Right.
I have a female calling me. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry.
Yep. Tell her she's dumb.
You are so pretty, is what you are.
2 hours later.
So sorry. Anyway,
You blew it, Keith. You had the perfect opportunity to tell her she was
dumb
dumb.
bitch.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. But I guess you're not getting any because you didn't. You
Damn.
learned and you didn't
Damn.
put what you learned in action.
Learned nothing. Ugh.
So yeah, he sees all the Michael Myers guys. But he gets out of the room. Maybe does he go through the bathroom window or something?
Yeah, he does.
Yep. And he sees that she's been taken by them. So he sees that
Okay.
she's been kidnapped.
And then like cars are chasing him throughout the town. And
Yeah, and that was kind of cool as far as like the music and like, just it seemed like the whole town was against them. I mean, not people, but like cameras and cars and stuff.
yeah.
It was cool. But he ends up like actually going to the factory because you got to go to the factory to
And
save her. And
And
that's
we
where
only
everything is.
know in this town, we know there's a hotel, a liquor store, and a factory. That's all we really know. But it's also like every time he calls anybody, even when he's calling 911, the operator says this number cannot be completed as dialed. Like,
Right. Yep. None of the phones are working whatsoever. So when he actually gets in the factory, he ends up fighting one of these Michael Myers guys, and he ends up like punching him in the stomach, and it goes through his stomach. And when he pulls his hand out, it's just like goo and gears and
Yeah.
stuff. Like this is like clearly like a robot or something.
Yeah.
So he beat that one guy, but then the rest of them show up and they actually grab him.
Yeah.
So he's been and they take him to like the bad guy's lair, if you will.
Yeah.
And they have a massive piece of Stonehenge.
But it's down like a shit ton of stairs. And as they're going through, Cochran has like the old lady's head. And he's like, oh, this was 175 years old, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what? That type of technology was around 175 years and you kept it? It just confused the shit out of me. And then he's like, oh, I bet you've put it all together, haven't you? And Tom Atkins is like, like just feeling very dumb that he hasn't.
Yeah, because the guy's like, time to reveal the plan if you already didn't know or whatever. And so that family from earlier is still there. And so they take them and they put them in a room that's like set up like a model home living room.
With an
a
observation
TV.
window. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And they're just chilling there. And it's just the three of them. And that's where, there's definitely some vibes there with him.
Yeah.
Where,
And
like,
it's
he's the boss.
absolutely. And it's very much the Ghostbusters 2 take away the puppy room. Like it's very much that type of room. But there is that the wife doesn't want to be there. And And he's like, "What? It'll all be okay once Cochran gets here. I don't understand why they won't let me order for next year. You think they would want that? Other foreshadowing, like that sort of.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, like, what's the big deal? Let the dude order for next year.
I
It's
know.
like you don't have to fulfill it. Guess what?
Get some money and you're done.
Exactly. So then the TV comes on, and it's the Silver Shamrock commercial.
Yeah.
But this one is like, even though it's October 30th, this is like a rehearsal of the commercial on the night. And so Tom Atkins is seeing this because of the observation or whatever. And it says, like, it's almost, Tom, put your mask on.
Special
the
presentation. Yep.
Yeah. So the kid puts the mask on. We hear the music. And then the kid, like, falls over, and his face is like, you can't see it because he's got the mask on, but it's like scrunched in, and snakes and, bugs and everything just like come out of it.
Yeah.
And they even like bite the parents like the snake does, and they're all dead. So then it cuts to like,
I think Buddy Hackett guy has a heart attack. I don't think
It
anything
is
actually.
yeah, you're right. Cause I was trying to think, like, what did he do? Did he run and hit something? Cause she got bit.
She got
But
bit, but I
maybe-
think he just,
Yep. So then we see like kids all over the country, like, with the silver shamrock mask on. Like, this is widespread. It's not just this little tri-state area or
Yeah.
what have you.
and it's telling us every town, and you're seeing them picking up the decorations and everything. And then you also see Tom Atkins, while he's tied up to a chair, sees a video of young girlfriend there, like in some
She's
secret
tied
room.
up in some room.
Yeah.
But I really wish that when it was showing all these towns, because it was saying at the bottom, well, I wish it would have said Haddonfield.
Me too. That's like what I always expect every time, but
Yes.
no. Yeah.
Why did it not show Haddonfield? That's like so ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, and then it's like, be sure to watch our special presentation at 9:00.
Yeah.
Tonight, because that's when this whole thing's going to happen. I guess I don't quite understand this piece, but we're seeing towns all across the United States. What's going on with the time zone thing? Because you would think if the 9:00 kids in the East Coast die, word's going to get out.
But I think it's PST. I think they say Pacific
think so?
Standard Time. Yeah, because they're in California. So
Midnight East Coast, they're wanting these kids to, like, it just doesn't, like, I understand.
But I think that's why they set up that he gives the Halloween masks to his children at 3 a.m. before he goes to the hospital. Because in the 80s, kids stayed up late. I think it's what
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, if it's 9, it's like midnight. That's just crazy. So then that's when the coroner gets killed after all that or whatever. And then Cochran, he's telling Atkins that this is all like witchcraft from back in the day or some craziness, and the kids have to be sacrificed.
Yeah.
So they're going to watch this shit. They're all going to die. That's it. And they have Atkins tied up, and they set him in front of a TV, and they put the mask on him.
Yeah.
As well. So then, like they always do, they leave him. They don't like watch him, even though we just watched the other family all get killed. We could have put Tom Atkins in that same room so that we could have watched them, but no, we put him in a storage closet,
Yeah.
No one's watching him. And he breaks the TV, and he uses the glass from the TV to like cut his ties so that he gets away. And then the phones in the factory do work because he calls his ex-wife at the factory.
And this is inarguably the best scene of the entire movie because he's panicking. He's like, they're going to kill everyone. Everyone's going to die. And she's like, you sorry son of a bitch.
Exactly. I knew you'd miss Halloween and wouldn't take these kids out. And he's like, don't let them put those masks. Take off the mask. Don't let them. And she's not having it.
Yeah.
She wants nothing to do with him or whatever. So then he goes and frees his girl, who was tied up in another room. And then I don't understand his plan. Quite frankly, I don't understand how it works. I don't understand how he figures it out. And he
That's the
grabs
thing.
the box of logos.
Yeah, that's the thing is I don't understand how he figured it out.
Yep.
Like, because she figured it out. No, she didn't even figure it out. We only
Yep.
saw it happen to one girl. Nobody should
With
have
no one
figured
else
this
in the
out.
room. Exactly. No one else is in the room. Now, Tom Atkins did see this happen to the family, but they had the mask on.
Yeah.
There's no way like he's putting this together.
And the thing was on the back of his head. Like, it's not
Yes.
even, yeah.
Yes. So he, in this layer, if you will, he's got all the logos, and he's smart enough to turn the commercial on too. So the commercial is like playing, and then he takes the logos and he dumps them over the ledge, and they all fall, and just lasers start blasting all of these Terminator guys.
Which are robots.
The robots.
Okay, so then here's the issue I have. I don't understand. I love this movie. I don't get the plot of this movie because I don't know. They got the Stonehenge piece. They're going to do the sacrifice to thin the veil. I got that. For what reason they're doing that, I have no idea.
Right.
Do the robots count as a sacrifice, or does it upset the rock? Because I don't mean like smell what is cooking, but the rock they have. Because what happens is when the robots short circuit and die, the rock lights up blue and then electrocutes old guy. But old guy looks like a badass because he looks up and sees Tom Atkins and he's almost like good form. Good for like that sort of thing. And then gets zapped to fucking I don't know. So
Yes.
I don't know what happened.
Yes, because like you said, is Stonehenge whatever angry because the plan is still going on.
Yeah.
Like, the commercial is still supposed to happen.
Yeah.
The kids are still wearing the masks.
Yeah.
The only thing that has happened is the robot drones are dead.
Yes, and old man is dead.
Well, because Stonehenge kills him, basically, it seems like.
Yeah, and is that Stonehenge angry or is that opening the veil?
Yep. So very confusing. I have no idea.
I have no idea
what's going on. And so Tom Atkins and his girl, they drive off at the factory because it's blowing up or it's on fire, whatever. And at this point, I'm thinking like, that's weird. She has not spoken this whole damn time. And that's because she is now a drone. I guess they made her into a robot.
Yeah.
And so she attacks him. Now, the other stuff didn't make sense, but if she was in fact a drone, which again, why did she allow him to turn the commercial on and throw the logos? Why did she not stop him? What's the plan?
Yeah.
She waits till now to attack him?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So
otherwise perfect film.
It definitely falls apart at the end. It really does with all this. So she's been made like a drone. And so then kills her.
Yeah.
So then he goes and he actually gets to a phone.
Well, before that, so that he wrecks the car. She's broken. She's broken into multiple pieces. Her hands are still trying to kill him. That's a pretty cool scene. Then he fucks off with her, like he's done with her. Then he runs to where we began the movie at, the same place where the dude is like,
I don't want part of this.
Yeah.
So he uses the phone there, and he calls the TV station.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, the SEC. I don't know who he calls, but basically he calls someone. It tells them to stop the commercial.
Yeah.
And we know it's real, but this is a crazy person that's calling a station saying, stop this commercial.
And they listen.
ABC listens.
Yep.
CBS listens. NBC does not listen.
Fucking NBC.
I tell you what, they're the worst.
The worst. Pull Seth Meyers off the air.
This is definitely, back in the day, there's only 3 stations.
Yeah.
Like clearly.
Yeah.
And 2 of them listen and they take the commercial off. How much money has this company paid them?
Every day. Every day.
These commercials around the clock, and they take the word of a random crazy guy at literally the 11th hour. You can't air these commercials. You can't do it. And they're like, you got it.
But I do love the ending. While he's still watching
Oh,
NBC and it
yes.
keeps playing, and he's like, "Take it off, take it off, take it off." Click. Like I fucking love that ending
Ending
so
is
much.
incredible. It is
Yeah,
so good.
yeah,
It is really good. And that is the end of the movie with the Silver Shamrock song playing
yeah.
because fucking NBC. Ugh.
Fucking NBC, the death of us all. Um, yeah. I mean, this is like, there's definitely plot holes towards the end of it, and I get when I first watched this movie when I was a kid, fucking hated it because you expect Michael Myers,
Yeah.
and you don't get him. But then as the years progress and you hear more about John Carpenter's original concept of Halloween was it was going to be an anthology with a new boogeyman every time. And he just fucked it up the first one off the bat, like with the second movie. Um, this is so it's fun. It's such a weird, demented little ghost story of a of a tale, and I love the fact that Carpenter comes back to do the music for it, even though it's not Michael Myers.
Right.
How do you feel about it?
So it's 2.5 for me. And I do think it would be a 3 star if it would be a 3 star if it didn't have that expectation of Halloween. I think that if Halloween 2 did not exist and
Yeah,
this was Halloween 2 and the anthology started right off the bat,
yeah,
the problem is that you made Halloween 2 with Michael Myers. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that's a problem.
That's a problem. It is my favorite of the whole franchise. The second one is, but I do feel like it sets the precedent, and this fucks it up.
Yeah, exactly. And then again, we already made the joke. That's why literally part 4 is called The Return of Michael Myers.
Yeah.
And if you weren't sure, 5 is The Revenge of Michael Myers. And 6 is
The
The
curse
Curse
of
of
Michael
Michael Myers.
Myers.
And then while the next one's H2O, it's Jamie Lee Curtis is back. So
Yeah,
I mean, like
yeah.
we're very clear on what's going on here. He
Although in
screwed
the
up.
yeah,
Mea culpa. Michael Myers is back.
although in the new trilogy they do make sure to have these masks featured in them. But
I like that. I like the fact that the intro to Halloween ends is the same font
yeah, me too.
as this.
Yeah,
How they, go. So I do like that. But again, this if this was just a standalone movie called Season of the Witch that was on this thing, it'd be 3 stars. Like it's fine. I enjoyed enough. I really like Tom Atkins.
I really like
Really
Tom
love that
Atkins.
ending.
Me too.
But just at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense to me. I
It doesn't.
can't understand it.
I can over like to me that's I give it like 4 stars because it's just that little muddy bit there in the third act. Like because I love the premise, I love the setup, I love how shitty of a person Tom Atkins is. I love the quotability of the song, the masks, the fact it's a bold ass movie that's like who our victims are going to be. All the children in the world.
All of
Like,
them. Yeah.
that's a fucking swing. You know what I mean? And it makes sense that it's a Halloween movie. Let's actually explore the roots of Halloween by by the story. Um yeah, I'm a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of it.
And
But
we
I
even see a kid killed in this,
yeah,
So I mean
absolutely.
they don't hold back, that's for sure.
No, they go full. And it's but I also feel like from this point on the Halloween movies take a dip in quality. Like to me these first 3 are the best of them and then we sort of take a slant down. Still love them, still get great Michael Myers stuff, but I don't think anything ever lives up to the first 2, second, and third. I don't know how you feel.
I really like H2O, and that could have been just the nostalgia trip of Jamie Lee Curtis coming back.
Yeah,
Also, it was like a Scream ripoff. That kind
absolutely.
of, and I'm a sucker for Scream, so
Yeah.
I really like H2O. However, if I rewatched it today, I may not feel the same, but I really like H2O.
Yeah, I like H2O, but it does feel like a CW version of a Halloween movie.
Yep.
Like which is fine.
And the niece, Danielle Harris, she's super cute.
Super cute. I
She's
love
super
her
cute.
and I love her character. I just don't care for those movies as much
Yep.
as I do those
Right.
first 3.
They're
But
all over the place.
yeah, they're all over the place. But okay, so here's the question for you. Does this deserve to be on the list?
I mean, ugh, I'd say probably yes, in
Yeah.
the sense that it was a franchise that was really trying something different.
Yeah, I think it's for the meta story of what horror has become. It's such a keystone. Like it's such an important blip on the radar. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I do think, like, even all these years later, I think it's looked on much more favorably than it was at the time. I
That's
think
definitely true.
I have a Silver Shamrock shirt somewhere. That was really hard to say. Silver Shamrock shirt. Um and I love that shirt. You know what I mean? Like, and I've seen people wear it out, and I think most horror fans, you sing the song, they're gonna pick it up. And it's got an endearing place as a cult classic. Two things we do Funko Pops and we do remakes. What is your Funko Pop from it?
It would be a 3-pack of the 3 kids with the 3 masks. It's got to be.
Exactly. I would do 3-pack with the 3 kids, and I would have a little button at the front where you mash the button and their
What, it
things
plays a
light up.
song?
Oh, it plays the songs and their head.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. But their little symbols light up on the back of their heads.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's
fucking
cool.
dope.
Yep.
What about remake?
So I'm going to cheat on this one. I'm not doing a remake. I am going to do a sequel. And
Ooh,
so I'm going to call it Halloween 3 Season of the Witch Part 2.
I love
And-
it. Love everything.
And so the Tom Atkins character will be Glenn Powell. And Ellie, who actually survived because she was a robot that was killed. She made it out of the factory before it blew up. She's still alive. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Kristen Milotti from Penguin and all that.
Yeah.
That's who I'd have as that. So this is in a world where he did not save the day. The commercial played, and not all of the kids died because one, it wasn't on every channel, but a lot of kids died.
Yeah.
So a lot of kids died, and he is on a revenge tour. He goes to Stonehenge to find like the cult leaders that started it, and he's just basically him and her just busting heads, killing people because his kids did die, by the way. So he is avenging his kid's death.
I
by
love
going
that.
there. That's what I
I
would.
love it. I also love the fact that he would be trying to avenge his kids. He's like, this is for what
Yeah.
the fuck was his name?
Bi- Billy?
Yeah.
And she's like, no, it's Bobby. Yeah, Bobby.
I love it. What I'm gonna do is sort of cheating as well, just because I feel like it's hard to remake a sequel that's in the middle of a franchise.
Well, if you're going to do one, this is the one to
This
do.
is
This
absolutely
has nothing to do with
Yeah.
the franchise.
until we get to my version of it. So what I'm gonna do is Season of the Witch, Halloween 3, invert that, the musical. And it's gonna be a stage show where the Tom Atkins role is gonna be played by Hugh Jackman, and
Okay, yeah.
Halsey is gonna be playing the girl, and Alan Cummings is gonna be playing Cochran, right? And so it's the same sort of setup, but very aware of the fact that Hugh Jackman is a terrible, terrible father and a doctor that just fucks everything that walks, right? Songs everywhere, all of that stuff. But I'm going to change the big plot at the end of it. What they're doing is we find out the people that are in charge of this are something called the Cult of Thorn. And they have taken a mental patient from Haddonfield, and they're trying to thin the veil to inject all of the powers of the dark side into him so they have a vessel on Earth. So in the middle of the third act, you introduce this like comatose patient they have, Michael Myers.
There you go.
So we bring him into it and all that stuff, and then finish off the rest of the way.
Yeah, that works for me for
Yeah.
sure.
It'll be fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I dig that. And now that we got 11 more days till Halloween, and nothing's more Irish than saying, hey, you know that London Bridge song? Fuck that. It's ours now. We're going to sing it differently. What is our next? Because I guess our next thing is 31 for 31.
Yeah, correct. Where we will talk about the 31 plus films that we watched during October, horror films.
How many
Spooky
are you
films.
on?
37 right now. That's what I'm at.
God damn. I'm on 22 is where I'm at.
So you're right on pace with the month, I feel like.
Yeah, not on you. You're gonna have.
You got to
95.
stop watching shows, I tell you.
That's the thing. I got 4 shows. I did 4 shows, and I finished my 4th show. So I'll see movies from now on. I'm trying to get my Disney Channel movie in right now. I picked a rough one. God damn, I picked a rough one. Have you done your Disney Channel movie yet?
Yeah. Ride a boogity. That's what I did.
Oh, I saw that on your letterbox. I'm doing Girl versus Monster. And man, I'm telling you, there's a specific character that's a Disney original movie channel female lead. And it's kind of rough to get through sometimes. Um, anyway, so other than that, other than our 31 for 31, what's the next movie we're doing?
The next movie is our last movie from 1982. We'll be
Oh my
closing out 1982 with the remake of Cat People.
Ooh,
I've never seen this. I saw the original from the 40s.
I love the 40s.
The 40s is good. Have you
What's the
seen the
guy's
1982?
I saw it when I was a kid. The guy who directed the original, he has like something named after him. What is it called? Never mind. No, it's Turner's. The guy who produced it, something. There's a term about like the slow scare that this guy developed, where it's like you see somebody walking and then someone just goes past the distance of camera. I think it starts with an M, but it originates from Cat People, the 40s version.
Oh, huh.
But yeah, anyway.
Interesting.
Yeah, but it's been a long time since I've seen the remake, so I'm excited about it. I'm stoked about that. That sounds like perfection. Uh, in the meantime, where can people find you, Chad?
They can find the podcast on Twitter X, NQC Podcast.
Awesome. And if you're looking for me, you can find me in the not quite darkness.
Peace.